Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set. 180.
51. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the 27, Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start with a give to Conner. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. Roethlisberger will throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back. Jack 16.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. Now Landry. "35 yards on the return." Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Let's see what you got.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger over the middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
At the Browns' 39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. The first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll run here with counter. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. And this is caught. It's Bryant. And it's a Steeler touchdown. Des Bryant. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
These two teams all tied after 1.
180. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Watch one.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
20.
Now on 2nd and 16. Mayfield got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
180. Watch one.
On 2nd and 11 now, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Watch the run.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19.
And the Browns' 1st down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting them in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's third down.
And 8 yards to go.
Like 80.
53, Mike.
Watch the slants. Watch the
bump. 53's the Mike. 50.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught by Bryant.
Let's get out of the field.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Let's go.
That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Black 80. Easy.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Get that ball.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Black 20.
Number 53, Mike 53.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Whirl.
53's the Mike. 53.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the 27, Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Screen pass to Connor. Room here to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Set! Like 30.
Check. 53's Mike. Go, go, go.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Regular.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
180.
I'm coming.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Airing it out deep for Woods. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
180!
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! My touch!
A first down throw from Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
King! Mike 50!
Mayfield now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the Browns' 43-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
22, 44.
51, Mike.
Roethlisberger will throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Take 2 of them. You better
Now Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 6th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Fighting through, and he's got space. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Browns 28, Steelers 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
One of the selling points at the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
50.
53 the mic.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Here we go.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
You're not ready.
Alert, alert.
Mike, 53.
From the 17, Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. 3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Snickers, 66.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, D.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A run for Nick Chubb. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 53 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Watch the pass. Watch that in. Watch that in.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Better chance. We'll see if they can get the score. Complete to Washington. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
All right, now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ready?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Ben to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey.
53's the mic.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 16-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Mayfield on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
180!
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
My touch!
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
180!
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, roll on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip.